So is coffee good for you or is coffee bad for you? The big dilemma of the addict. So addicts, um, I'm a psychologist and I'm a neuropsychologist, neuroscientist, but I specialized in addiction. I was an addict many years ago when I was a kid. And it's hard to believe, but I was forced into being an addict by an element of my family that was a previous addict. So I literally knew nothing but how to be an addict already when I was 14. And it went on till life, taught me that there's more to it. And I decided that I didn't want to live like that because I only saw despair and destruction in myself and in other people. I saw people starting to drop dead. I had tried to drop dead a few times because of my despair. So I know the ins and outs of addiction in so many ways. I know all colors of it. So when I managed to get out of addiction, which was quite a ride, and I do not consider myself an addict anymore in any way because I do not agree with people saying I am an alcoholic, I am an addict for the rest of their life. I know that AA works great for a ton of people, and I do love many of their steps, which are fantastic, but I do not agree with that part, and I never will, because I can show you the evidence of thousands of people that have come out of addiction without calling themselves addicts for the rest of their life. Why am I saying this? I want to talk about coffee. And the reason why I say I have an opinion, I have a very strong opinion about it, is because people can't give up coffee. And when you can't give something up, it's because you're addicted to it. It doesn't matter how you turn it. If you want to give up, let's say, lettuce, I've never heard anyone in the world saying, I can't eat lettuce for 10 days, for 3 weeks. If for health reasons you will tell them give up lettuce for 3 weeks, you say, okay. Yet, if you tell someone to give up coffee because their life depends on it, I'm like, no. Oh, wait a second. Wait a minute. But you mean I can have less coffee, right? I mean, I can have one in the morning, just at least that. No, it's an addiction. It's an addiction. And it's not just the caffeine. It's more than caffeine, because even people that manage to give up caffeine, they still need to have the decaf. And because they say they like the taste, fantastic. I was also a smoker, and I used to say I like the taste of smoke. Bullshit. I never liked the taste of smoke, because the second I quit smoking, there was no way I would ever say I like the taste of cigarette smoke. It's horrendous. It's chemicals. But when we're addicted to something, we come up with the most amazing ideas about what it does to us and why we like it. Be it the taste, be it the smell, be it the effect. With smoking too, it's interesting because people say, I smoke because I'm bored, and I smoke because I'm too excited. So you're getting one substance to do exactly this, to do the opposite things. You're addicted to it. Nicotine is one of the highest addictive substances we have on the planet. It makes you addicted in a millisecond, literally. Why is coffee addictive? Because we think we can't live without it. So I quit drinking coffee probably a month ago now, part of my carnivore journey, because I know all the phytotoxins and all the other chemicals that are in there that are actually really bad for us. I heard every part of the spectrum on the carnivore world about I do okay with coffee, I don't do okay with coffee. I know that many people are absolutely against it, which I'm fine with. And some people say, I do perfect with coffee. I tried without it and I found no difference. Fine. I'm not preaching either pro or against, but I am preaching that it's an addiction. And if you really want to have a life that is free, where you feel free, then you should give it up. Not just because of health reasons, and I'm going to get into that in a second too, but because you can't be free in any real sense if there's anything in life that keeps you hooked and you think you can't live without. I mean, there can be millions of instances in life that will force you to not have that substance. What are you going to do? Is your life just going to be completely miserable because of it? Or can you look at the fact that the reason why you're having that substance, whatever, it could also be a thing, it could be your cell phone for that matter. But if you think that you can't live without, it's because you are addicted to it, meaning you are a prisoner of that behavior or that substance. Also, there's this one thing that I noticed after 3.5 weeks that I had quit coffee. I had 2 coffees because my wife was having migraines, and for some reason, I think medicinally, the caffeine helps her with migraines. So the first coffee I made for her migraine, I had a sip and I really did not like it. I felt like it was like dirty water, which is amazing because the coffee we have is still the one we had, which is premium quality, right? Premium quality. But the next day I had a cup, same because of her migraine. And what happened, I drank it because, remember, addictive things makes you think you want them. So I thought, oh, I want a coffee today. Let's see how it tastes today. It's like with the cigarette, the first cigarette. No one likes the first cigarette. It's horrendous. You think, why can people smoke? But you already got addicted in that moment. And so the next day or the next time it happens, you might, let me try that thing again. And so you try it again. So the same thing I did the next day. I thought, oh, well, she's having one. Let me try it again. And by the way, it did help with her headache because there are substances that, despite the fact they're not really good for us in the long term, all medicines are not good in the long term, but they can help in the short term to fix something. So it did help her headache. I had that coffee. I had the full one this time because it's addictive. And sure enough, the next day I noticed something incredibly important. I woke up full of phlegm and I had a weird dry cough. And that's when I realized that I had not had that dry cough in weeks. And that's when I realized that my dry cough that I spent my life trying to figure out where it was coming from was probably caused by coffee. It was nothing special, waking up in the morning, a little bit of phlegm, blow my nose a few times and it goes away. And I don't think about it the rest of the day. But, after years of having that, I was wondering what the hell that was. And I was thinking, well, that shouldn't be normal. Why is that happening? And I have to say, it got a lot better since I got Carnivore. That was not as annoying anymore, but I still had some slight phlegm in the morning that was a little bit annoying. And sure enough, that coffee, and suddenly I have the phlegm back in full force. So I don't know, if you're carnivore and you're wondering if coffee is good for you or not, I would just tell you, think about it. Think about it, try it out, but most of all, be honest about it and be honest about how you feel and how your body feels. And remember that anything that you think you can't give up, because why should I? Think about the lettuce. If you can give up lettuce for a week because the doctor tells you, you're not addicted to it. If you can't give up coffee, then maybe think whether you want to be addicted to it or not. Okay, so those are my 2 cents thoughts, and I'll see you next time.